So I'm gonna title this video like, I don't know, starting again or something. But I've been playing around with that squat everyday thing, and I've been thinking a lot about my programming, how I program from online clients, how you can adapt your rate of programming to like your rate of progress and all that kind of stuff. But the squat everyday thing, like, I really enjoyed it. I like squatting every day, but I also like training really hard, and you can't do those two things together. You can't train hard every single day on the squat, because you'll just do what I did. I just burnt myself out. And when I had to pick between the two, I feel like I'm not making an effective use of my time by squatting every day, but not being able to push myself that hard, because you have to squat again day after day after day. And I also train because I want to look good and get bigger. And when you squat every day, you're biasing your training more towards nervous system adaptation, not structural adaptation. So yeah, starting again, like now I'm just gonna squat 3 times a week, like I said I was gonna do at the very start. um, but I'm glad I like went and played with this squat every day thing, but it's not for me. I'm still taking a lot of inspiration from that 20 rep squat program, where you squat 3 times a week, which is what I'm doing in my current programming. But I'm starting to work my way up in intensity and down in volume. So this is the first week of my online program here that I'm following, starting with sets of 10 on the key lift with an AMRAP set on the last set, and then we just use predicted 1RM to work out the next week's intensity and so on. And my 3 squat variations, again leaning on that 20 rep squat program 3 times a week. I'm back squatting on the first day, front squatting on the second day, and pause squatting on the third day. So I feel like following this for the next, I've programmed for a 7 week block, with a deload on the 7th week, going back to sets of 20 again. So I'll probably run like 2 or 3 cycles of that 7 week wave and see where I get to. Um, I think this was a rep PB for me today on 16 reps, 115, which puts my estimated 1 rep max at about 175. And whether I actually get that or not, I don't know. But I'm just going to be really gradual. So each week I just drop a rep and increase the intensity by 2.5%. So I'm going to be really, really methodical, progress really slowly, and then just hope when I do hit those higher intensities, like up above 85%, that I don't start getting that knee pain again. And again, touch wood, like I haven't felt my knee at all in any of these squats, and I'm squatting to much better depth than I used to. Still elevating my heels. I'm wearing flat shoes instead of lifting shoes, and it all seems to be working fine at the moment. And then I'm looking forward to these squat sessions as opposed to when I was squatting every day. I started to dread it a little bit, especially doing sets of 20. Like, yeah, I just felt burnt out, and I only did it for, I think it was 2.5, maybe 3 weeks in the end. But yeah, like I'm glad, because on the one hand I feel like I'm no longer getting knee pain, so I feel like I've grooved a better movement pattern. But I felt like if I carried on doing that, I would have hit a plateau pretty quickly. And then the other thing was I was spending so long working on my squat each day that I basically neglected all my other lifts. And like going back to that goal that I've got with my bench and deadlift as well, they basically weren't getting trained or trained with enough um, effort in each session to move them on. So on this first day here, I'm doing my like supplementary deadlift, which is my sumo deadlift, and the main deadlift on. I think I put it on day 4 in this program, where I just conventional. So yeah, I'm hoping lifting 4 days a week. I'm going to run twice a week, carry on playing a bit of rugby, and hope that'll give me a good balance and move my lifting on. And that said, I'm still prioritising my squats. So days 1, 2, and 3, I have a day off in between day 2 and 3, but I squat first every session there, and then deadlift first on day 4. Because my bench and deadlift are closer to that goal that I'm trying to hit, my squats are furthest away. And I feel like when you prioritise the squat, your deadlift goes up anyway. But I might change that a little bit further down the line, but I'll see how the first few weeks go, see how the other boys in the program are getting on, and kind of tweak it as I go. But I feel like I've made 2 or 3 iterations of this program now, following kind of like a similar weekly layout, like 2 conditioning sessions, 4 lifting sessions, and I think I've got it pretty near like how I'm going to keep it going forwards. Just changing a few exercise slots here and there. So that was my squats done for the day. I was really happy with that. My estimated 1 rep max keeps going up from last week. I think I hit maybe 16 or 17 reps on like 105, 110. So it's pushed up by another 5 kilograms or so. It's still nowhere near my strongest. I think I was doing sets of 4 on 180 before I changed my squat technique. But like I said before, my range is a lot better now. So long term, that'll lead to better strength and hypertrophy gains. And obviously, the most added benefit for me is not getting that knee pain that I was struggling with before. And then moved on to my sumo deadlifts. At the end of last week, when I was still playing with ideas for this program, I sumo deadlift on the last day on a 5-day split and hit 155 for 15. But having squatted before, I just didn't have that in my leg today, so I stayed on 140. So I'm going to have to keep my training max a little bit lower when I deadlift after squatting on the first day. I think 15 reps at 140 puts my estimated one at about 205, which is 35 kilograms lower than I know I can lift for one on a sumo. So that is quite a big difference. But yeah, it is what it is for now, and I'm not too worried. I only need to add 20 kilograms to that total to hit my goal, which I think will be easily doable by the end of the year. The challenge will be getting my squat there. So we'll keep prioritising that for now. And the other thing I was thinking about on these deadlifts today was controlling the lowering phase, which I didn't do on the last rep there, but I don't really do it at all on deadlifts, and I feel like that's quite common for a lot of people. But again, it doesn't really make much sense. You are missing half of the lift, and we know we can get a really good training stimulus from that lowering phase. So I'm going to keep trying to do that on my supplementary deadlift day. On my main deadlift day, I'll probably just try and push the weight a bit more. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this week. Then after this, I did some flat dumbbell bench and a couple of other accessories, but that was it for the day. So yeah, overall it was a good training day. I'm excited. I feel like I'm back on track. Again, going to try and be consistent with these training vlogs. Again, like I mentioned before, it helps me reflect on how the training is going and makes it clearer in my head when I'm trying to string together these programs. So yeah, the one thing that might make this a little bit more difficult is I've gained a bit of weight recently from like going on holiday and a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to go back into a calorie deficit from today, trying to stick at about 2,700 calories per day, and I'm going to try and lose 3 kilograms, which probably take 7 or 8 weeks. So yeah, that might stall the strength progress a little bit, but keep my body weight down, try and get back down to under 90 again. Then I can stick at maintenance or go into a bit of a surplus while I'm still trying to build my strength. So yeah, that's the plan. And again, I am gonna try and be really consistent. Get these 4 training vlogs up every day. And I probably won't bother doing vlogs of my GPP days because they're not that interesting. It's just like either a bit of steady state work or interval work with some more upper back and arm training. So thanks again for watching. I'll get the second video out tomorrow, which is front squats with, I think it was the main bench day. I'm also going to get my blood work done this week, so stay tuned for some more biochemistry content if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.